Hey, buddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6. Our main goal this episode is to push up into Indonesia and take their capital. I'm also going to go ahead and tidy up the Macedonians. I probably will take like 2 to 3 more cities in here, just so I have the loyalty secured. I don't have to worry about things, because like cities like Aigai are just like flipping independent and stuff, and I just don't want to have to deal with that. Our third main goal this episode is to get to work on the Manhattan Project, and that will allow us to build nuclear devices, which we can launch with our bomber units. So we have a few little things that we need to achieve along the way, but I think we're making really good progress. Man, I love just how much damage my units do to the Macedonian cities. If you look at the combat preview, I'm taking out nearly a fifth of the entire city's defense strength in a single shot here. With both of them shooting, we've taken out over half of the city's combat strength with that power combined. When I say combat strength, I of course mean the garrison health and the fortification strength. Another military emergency. I'll downvote it. It's likely everyone's going to upvote that to be able to get extra bonuses against me because they're all at war with me. Himiko has finally died. We might be able to recall her soon, and it actually failed. Amazing. Who voted this down? Genghis Khan? I guess it makes sense for Genghis to vote it down because he really doesn't want to go to war with me. Alexander's already at war with me, so why would he vote it down? A couple of these don't make sense, but whatever. Right, Himiko died over here. Now I'm curious, has enough time passed so where I can recruit her again? Yes, I think it has, but I need another few turns worth of faith. But the good news is my faith income has been really good, thanks to all the pillaging that I have been able to do. So if I just pillage this holy site, and maybe I find another thing that I can pillage? Another thing that I can pillage. Another thing. Maybe over in Alexanderland? Let's see. Okay, the machine guns are scary. Let's hammer Pydna again and just look at this city crumble. Oh my god. I'm going to get aluminum out of this too, which is pretty neat. Let's use both of these guys here to finish off that city. Yoink. Now it belongs to me. I'll keep the city. Loyalty is full. It's going to provide loyalty to my other cities. I will have to deal with these infantry. And my Nihangs are actually pretty equivalent to infantry. And even my my hussars are strong enough to take on that infantry too. I'll use my airplane to finish off this infantry. And then I'll move in with my Nihang to finish this guy off. Kaboom. He's mine. And then I should be able to just bombard this city and take it back. We got the Gilded Vault in Debrecen, I think it's called. We could go for the stock exchange. The city is not powered is a little bit of a problem that we have. And if we check our power map mode, actually the city is powered from Győr. So going for a stock exchange in here, it would take 6 turns to build. Why does the city have so much production? It's kind of insane, actually. I could definitely use a builder in here. There's a couple of tiles I'd like to improve. So I think I would go for the stock exchange for the extra 11 gold. And then I would also get myself a builder in here to improve those 2 strategic resources to get extra, even more production in here. Like, we're also working on getting things like thermal baths across my empire, which gives us plenty of amenities and production. But Ollantaytambo, if I recall correctly, is more of a culture and science city. So I think going for the broadcast center would be the right move, and I don't think this city really needs much more population, so I think I might lock in. I might prioritize production as a thing in here, and then maybe force work a little bit of science and culture, like so, and try to just keep the city from, you know, losing out on its growth. Yeah, this works for me. I get like, you know, 4 extra science and culture. The city is working mostly production tiles, and we're working on the broadcast centers. This is just a good culture city right here. I don't know, you might argue that these sorts of optimizations, they don't make a huge amount of sense at this phase of the game, but I would disagree. Do I have conservation, actually? I do have conservation, which means I can start placing down things like woods for lumber mills in cities like Karakorum that really lack production. That's going to be super handy, so I'll probably just spam builders out of here. And in fact, I might even move Liang and put her into Karakorum so I can continue to spam builders out of here, so I can get, like, improve these tiles or in this area. Pillage this holy site as well, and now I should be able to afford Himiko, purchase Himiko, and then teleport her over to Mitla, I think. Once I capture Mitla, now it belongs to me. I will teleport Himiko over in this direction so that she can be used to help out these guys. I could liberate Mitla or I could keep the city. Now, Mitla, if I recall correctly, I believe Mitla is a scientific city-state, and they would give me 15% extra growth in cities with a campus district. The question is, do I want the loyalty from owning Mitla, or do I want the city-state bonuses? And you know what? I'll go ahead and liberate Mitla. What the hell? Even if it like yeets my knee hangs into weird places, I can probably escape. For some reason, Mitla isn't showing up in the list, and when I click on them, nothing happens. I'm a bit confused about that. Let's put depredation to great effect and pillage the hell out of the Cree's like last main remaining city here. That's a ton of pillaging in science and faith I just got from running through here. I'll make sure to hit this campus again and this holy site. I've also got quite a few bits I can hit down here. I'm a little bit worried about the AT crews because I am using a lot of cavalry, and AT crews are strong as heck against cavalry. But as long as they're only sort of regular AT crews, they're not like AT crew armies, I should be fine. Now the Cree want peace. I think I need to push through the Cree to get to Greece. So I'm not sure that's an option for me. We have our very first bomber. We're going to rebase it all the way over to Hami, and that'll get it closer to the front line. And the bomber will significantly speed up the rate at which we can capture Indonesia. Let's use our fighter to take out this AT crew. Pillage the holy site, pillage the holy site, come over to the campus, pillage the campus, pillage the campus. I would love to go in there, but I think my best bet is to avoid being on the border with Gran Colombia because they do so much damage, and probably just pull back and preserve my unit's health. We have the broadcast center in Sazed, which now means if you look at the broadcast center there, it gives you +1 culture per citizen yield. This city's already making insane culture, but if we go in here and we tell the city to prioritize culture, it'll go up significantly. So it's like 82. And then it goes up to 93. So this city is making 93 culture per turn, which is pretty damn reasonable in my opinion. It does significantly hurt like some of the city's other yields, like its production, for example, will go down significantly. But I really do think that doing this sort of a thing is worth it if you're specializing a city towards a direction. Now that we have the broadcast center in here, it would be maybe, what do I want to do in here? Unironically, the Golden Gate Bridge would be handy here because it would mean I wouldn't have to like walk all the way around Rapa Nui, and I wouldn't have to embark to get close to my army. So you know what? I'm going to build the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't care if it's weird. Didn't I have like a great engineer like sitting around somewhere? I feel like I had a great engineer who was going to build a wonder. Did I already use him? Did I use him to build a Colossus? I think I did, didn't I? Maybe I did. Let's make the city of Jambi fall. Not that I need this city, but it would just be a nice high loyalty city that I can use to kind of move around Booger, Banjars, and make my way towards Majapahit. Especially now because I'm going to have bombers in the very, very not distant future. Yeah, I'm kind of weirded out. Mitla just doesn't show up in the list. We also got a free city off of Mongolia. But yeah, Mitla just doesn't show up in the list of like city states. I don't know what's going on there. I hope that's not like a very like game breaking bug there. Right, we got our very first bomber on the Macedonian front as well, and it's basically like having an extra artillery. That's roughly how much damage it does, although it is a lot better than having an extra artillery because it's an extra artillery that like teleports to its destination and doesn't have any problems like getting in range because it just has like an absurdly huge range. I do need to get rid of this thing. This machine gun actually represents a significant threat to my army because it can do a lot of damage to my artillery. So as long as I can keep it away from my artillery, it should be fine. But it's still a significant threat that I want to deal with. Plunder the trade route. Let's plunder the aqueduct. There's also a lumber mill here. Lumber mills and mines are amazing to pillage because they give you gold. Ooh, that was a lot of range units that just absolutely annihilated one of my hussars. Alright, brilliant. There's nuclear fission. We have access to the nuclear power plant, but more importantly, we can do the Manhattan Project. We also have cultural heritage, which will be nice. I don't remember why I was getting... I think I was getting that for envoys because I wanted to try to steal Nalanda. And now I should have suzerainty of basically every single city-state in the entire game. Bit confused about Mitla, hasn't shown up in the list. I should technically be getting the signs from it. But anyway, more importantly, I think my capital is the place to do the Manhattan Project. Unless I go to my like city status screen here and look at yields. If I just like scroll down through the list, if any of them, so Petch or Pesh might be a better. Petch is a Petch or Pesh? I don't remember. Pex might be a better spot to do it, and Miscults might be. No, Miscults isn't. So Pex might be better. Gjör might be better. And then as I'm going down the list, the city's productions just get weaker. So where is Gjör? Gjör is over here. This might be the place to do the Manhattan Project, because it just has like a really, really good production rate. It's up to 90 production per turn. If I were able to get the city like a bit of amenities, it would be way better as well. I don't even know how to get the city amenities, but I'm going to do the Manhattan Project in Gjör. This is like an amazingly powerful city considering how late I settled it. My next priority is probably going to be jet bombers. Jet bombers are a significant upgrade. They're not a massive upgrade. It's only 10 combat strength, but it is a significant upgrade because of the range increase. Regular bombers have a range of 10, jet bombers have a range of 15. So I think stealth technology would be the next thing I work on. I do have enough uranium stockpile to maybe consider going for a giant death robot this game. I'm 8 techs away from the giant death robot, whereas I'm only 3 techs away from the stealth bomber. So I think that's more achievable in this time frame. Pillage for gold, move our artillery up. I want to make a cool triangle of really good artillery, so perhaps this formation is correct. That way all 3 of them can hit the city. I think one of them was ready for a promotion. I think it was you. You have expert crew now, but we'll continue to hammer this city and even use our bomber as well. Indonesian cities are a lot stronger than some of the other saves just because their combat strength is so high, but we should still be able to break them. Pillage, pillage, and run away. Bombard the city. Alexandria is about to fall. I don't think I need one more artillery shot on the city, and then we can break it, and then we should be able to get rid of this field cannon as well. Quite a few field cannons down to the south, but I'm hoping that my fighter will be able to do something about that. I actually got lasers tech for free when I built the Mahavira, which is kind of funny because, yeah... I even forgot that you get a free tech for building that. I was just like, oh yeah, click. And then I got, now I got jet fighters. I do have a few fighters, so having jet fighters is pretty okay, man. Tuban, Tuban, Tuban. You are about to be tubaned. Like, Tuban is gone. There's probably stuff I want to pillage in here, but I think speed is of the essence. The more cities that I can take in the less time, the better off I'll be. I think my favorite city names are the ones that could be like onomatopoeia in English, like Badung. I don't know, it's probably not how it's pronounced. It's probably like Badung, but there's quite a few cities like from all the different from all the different civs that when I look at them, I hear a noise rather than see a name. Oh, hey, look, we managed to grab ourselves Sun Wukong. Let's teleport him. I guess I'll throw him over somewhere here. He's really good for pillaging. I might run him into Greece's territory or something. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but I got Sun Wukong for the era score and all that jazz, because it is about 16 turns until we are in the, what's the after the information era, I believe, or the atomic era? Yeah, the atomic era. And we're pretty close to getting a golden age. And being able to chain golden ages back to back is super handy. It's super, super handy because the loyalty, especially in a domination game, the loyalty is just going to be so much easier to deal with in a dom game. This is why I love jet fighters, because they're like bombers, but they're way better at killing units. Which just makes your life so much easier, because you can have a jet bomber to be able to take out the actual city itself, and then you have a couple of jet fighters just kind of overwatching the skies, taking out anybody who tries to resist. I do feel like aircraft feel a little bit too powerful. I mean, aircraft are like good in real life, but I don't know if they're war-winningly, you know, instantaneous domination. I feel like it should be more of a thing where like a unit who was bombed by an aircraft has like a combat strength reduction for a certain number of turns, and then maybe a unit that was, or not like a number of turns, but like let's say you get bombed by a bomber, that makes you weaker to like actual ground attacks rather than like the bomber itself doing just absurd damage. I don't know. That's like a thought I had. Maybe I'm talking out my ass, but it does feel a bit weird that like I could literally win an entire war with just airplanes and a single tank. I kind of wish it was a little bit more combined arms. I don't know. Maybe it would be hard for the AI to deal with that. There's actually a few things that I'd like to change in this game, and I'm in the assembling stage of a video on it, and it's going to be basically what Civ 6 could learn from other games. That's kind of like the premise of the video. One of the ideas I had, I'm not ready for peace. Sorry, no, go away. One of the ideas I had was that I would, or rather, not I would, but that there would be. I don't know if any of you guys have played EU4, but in EU4, there's basically these kind of concepts of like cores and territories and claims and all this sort of stuff. And I thought it would be really, really cool if the AI had this sort of functionality in Civ 6. So, for example, territory that the AI owns, like this, like let's say this city right here. This would be like the AI's core territory. Like if I had units standing on it, it would prioritize this for defense, and then maybe like 2 tiles out, or they could like designate cities as something they would claim. This would be something they want to get. They want to take this land if possible, and then that would like give the AI a better, more robust system to be able to sort of interact with the player and other AIs. Because like you might have an AI who's like, I claim this system, let me prioritize, I claim over here, I think I'm going to prioritize this. And then you could even have more designations. You could have like territories. This might be a city that like up here, this is just territory, because the AI, I mean, it's theirs, but they don't care that much about it. Like when push comes to shove, if this is getting invaded and down here is getting invaded, they're going to defend down here. So that would be kind of cool, right? If you could have the AI be able to designate different areas of the map as different values, that would be really interesting. Like a good example would be, let's say I was the AI here, and I'm like, my AI brain is like, hey, I want to put a city right here. So it would like designate this as a core city, because it's like, hey, I'm already planning a city here. And then all the adjacent tiles would be claimed. So then if another person came in and settled this tile, the AI would remember that and be like, hey, I thought this was mine. I'm going to try to come up with a plan to take it, and I'm not going to do good diplomacy with the person who took it from me, unless they're stronger than me, right? You could do, I don't know, it's a cool idea. I want to do a few illustrations with it when I actually do the video, but I mean, that's like the gist of one of the ideas. And I've kind of basically, the rough plan of the video is to go through every sort of quote-unquote contemporary competitor of Civ 6. I use the word competitor very, very loosely there. But yeah, every contemporary competitor, like, Crusader Kings 3, EU4, even Humankind when it's out would be valid, things like Endless Space. And try to find a feature or a concept that would actually fit well into the game. And I really do think that on the back end, the sort of territory designation of core and claim and stuff like that actually works really, really well in EU4 for like making the AI seem like they're making sensible decisions. Like they go after their claims, they go after their cores. It gives the AI goals, and the really cool thing is all that stuff could interact with the Casus Belli system they put in. In fact, I don't even need to do Crusader Kings 3 because they already put in a Casus Belli system, which is from not necessarily Crusader Kings 3, but it is from the Crusader Kings the Crusader Kings games. So that's pretty cool, right? That they actually looked at what was out on the market and they pulled a feature from another game. But they didn't just like pull the feature, they made it their own, and they made it into their own unique system, which is basically a little bit less robust, but it's still meaningful and opens up a lot of interesting design space choices, right? Like, for example, Georgia has the unique interaction with protectorate wars, where if someone is at war with one of their city-states, they can declare war on them to defend the city-state, and they get 100% extra signs for 10 turns. So, like, it is really, really cool how you can kind of see how the Civilization design team have been looking at these other games, and I think it would be interesting for me to do the same thing. I basically I play a few games, and I figure out the bits that I think are really, really cool and would maybe fit in Civ, and then try to come up with a way of how they would fit into Civ conceptually and not get bogged down too much into the actual mechanic. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think about that. I haven't been actually narrating my gameplay this entire time. This is really, again, this is what I used to call way back. Some of you guys who have been watching long enough might. Oh, I actually left clicked there. This is again the left click attack thing. It really, really bothers me. Left click should not cause units to attack. That will always be my opinion. I will never change my opinion on that. Left click should never be attack. But yeah, this is the phase of the game that I call the churn, and the churn is basically when you are deep into the late game and you have like 100+ actions to take per turn, and you're just churning, you're getting through them, because each individual decision isn't super interesting, which is usually why I would cut the footage. But because I'm on a rant right now, so you're watching. That's what you get. You get to watch me churn right now. But yeah, basically, it's a pretty simple concept. You're deep into the late game. Not a huge amount of individually interesting actions are happening, but the overall game itself is interesting. Like, for example, choosing whether I fortify or like kill things here isn't super interesting, but it does fit nicely into the overall interesting gameplay of like, oh, I need to kill Grand Columbia. I need to take their capital, and that's the definition of the churn. And I really feel like there is no other way to describe the late game than it's a bit of a churn. You're churning through the turns. You're getting through it. Because the reality is the late game, like individual decisions in the late game, just aren't super interesting. And that's going to be true for any 4X or game like that, because unlike in an RTS game, right? Here's the big disadvantage that 4X games have, or rather RTS games have over. They have a big advantage over 4X games, because in an RTS game, you can just like box select your entire army in the late game and just like click attack, move that direction, and they'll sort themselves out, right? They'll move in the direction that they want to get to and stuff like that. In a 4X game, it doesn't really work. I lost my Hussar. Okay, it doesn't really work that way, because you gotta like individually select each unit. You gotta move them where they gotta go. You gotta +1 diplomatic visibility with each civilization. That is a great person, because if we look here, I am getting no combat bonus for diplomatic visibility against these. I don't think I'm getting one against Majapahit either. So you see here, it's 101 tank army strength. Then if I come down here and I use this great person, I get +1 level of diplomatic visibility, and now it's 104 combat strength. So it's actually a significant military bonus right there. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, again, in a 4X game though, you can't actually do that. You can't just be like, hey, I'm going to just like box select my army and like get them to manage themselves. And I think that is one of the big downsides that 4X games have, when you get into the super late game, when you're dealing with, dozens, if not hundreds of units per turn. You can't just box select them and say, hey, I want you to go do this. That's why I think it would be really, really cool if a 4X game came up with a solution to that problem. If you could just like, I don't know, assign your military units to like an AI army that was intelligent enough to, be able to, figure out how to fight their way towards an enemy city. I don't know, that would just be neat to me. I'm a huge fan of late game automation in 4X and any sort of turn-based or real-time strategy game even. If there are things that I can automate, if the game is going for like a grand scale, like a 4X game would, or even a grand strategy game, automation is a big plus. I think that's why a lot of people are a little bit frustrated with the builder system in Civ 6, because builders have charges, so you can't automate them like you could in Civ 5 and Civ 4 and stuff. Because in Civ 4, you click that automation button and they'll make reasonable decisions, because a lot of people, they don't have the sort of mental energy, and it does take a lot of mental energy to think about, okay, what was I doing with this builder, what do I need to do with him now? Which is good. The pin system kind of helps a bit, but that's kind of fiddly and micromanagey. The whole builder charge thing kind of made the experience of using builders, and it made late game churn a bit worse. Quite a bit worse, if I'll be frank here. So, can I peace out Indonesia now? I have a golden age. I think I'll take Ternate and Banjarmasin, and then I'll piece them out. Although the loyalty over here is very, very robust, and it's touched by a bunch of my cities. And I'm going to get a golden age, so I think I can actually piece out Qatarja next turn. And that means that whole army up here can make its way down to start the war with Grand Columbia and Greece. I really hope Greece's capital is like somewhere easy to get to. The lack of knowledge is kind of bothering me. I think that's enough talking about random stuff. I'm going to get back to the gameplay here and just focus. Chalkidiki is the last Macedonian city that I'm going to take. I probably didn't need to take this one, but I'm going to take it anyway, and then I'll piece him out next turn. We can get to work on Grand Columbia from the eastern side. Alright, I think I have to fully eradicate the Cree, just because of the positioning of their cities. I do apologize to that one guy who like comments on every single one of my videos with like a new Cree word every single day. I kind of feel bad that I'm like killing off. I don't know if he himself is Native American, or do they prefer to be called Indians now, or American Indians? I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know if he himself is Cree. But I do apologize. Listen, buddy, it had to happen, okay? They were in my way. That's all, right? That's a really poor excuse to, like, destroy an entire civilization. They were in my way, bro. He was in my way, so I killed him. All right, woof. Dangerous. It was just a conquest prank, bro. Just a conquest prank. That's right, I conquered your civilization as a meme. That is how the world dies. That is 100% how civilization dies is a meme. Okay, it's gonna be some dude gets elected to some country with a nuclear power, and he's gonna be like, dude, what if we nuked somewhere for the memes? And everyone's just gonna be like, yeah, woo, memes. That's how civilization dies. It's gonna like just be like a tweet that is sent out by like some president or some, you know, dictator somewhere in a country that has nukes. And it's gonna be like, will nuke Germany if I get, you know, 20,000 retweets or some shit, and people will, and like it's like you know that thing where you put people in a room with a button that says do not press, and it's like, obviously you shouldn't retweet that, but people are gonna do it. Like that is literally how dumb humans are. All it takes is people. You actually just have to do nothing, and you save humanity, and people will retweet it. I swear to God, this is the civilization that we inherit. And I don't even know if we created this. I think we inherited this, because holy crap. Like, really think. I want you to really think about that. I don't think I'm wrong about that. I really do think that if that's all it took to prevent the downfall of civilization was to not retweet a thing, we're dead. We're done, dude. It's over. We may as well throw in the towel, because. Like, and this isn't anything against Twitter. Now, Twitter has its problems, but holy crap, dude. You could put that on any social media. It's like the video 100 times. Like, if this video gets 100,000 likes, we'll bomb Dresden. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Don't do. This isn't cool. Oh, God. You know what? That's horrifying. I'm even having even worse thoughts now. Like, what if we had, like, social media influencers, like, in a war? Like, I know there's wars going on, but I mean, like, influencers actually in the war. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? Reporting from XYZ city. The fighting here is pretty intense. Like the video if you want to see me execute some, you know, prisoners of war or some shit. It's like, whoa, what the hell? This is insane. Something's gone wrong in society if that's the point that... I feel like we've already reached that point. I feel like we're getting there, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, all right, enough ranting. But this is what I used to do whenever I was in the churn. Is whenever you're in the churn, right? You gotta entertain yourself. You come up with these weird thoughts, and you follow them to their weird conclusion, right? And my weird thought there was was social media influencers, asking for likes in order to execute prisoners of war, which is really fucked up. It's like a horrifying thought. Listen, I don't know what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm a man. I'm like a weird Irish guy who plays one game on YouTube. You shouldn't listen to anything that I say, all right? Listen, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I mean, you should listen to me when I'm talking about Civ 6, because I know the game pretty well. I mean, I'm not the best player in the world, but like I could give you some pointers, you know what I mean? Actually, speaking of which, there is a person who plays this game. In fact, I feel like, listen, this might be a hot take. All right, listen, this is just a hot take episode, whatever. I'm not even going to try and hide it anymore, but this is the hot take episode, right? I legitimately believe that Civilization is the game of billionaires, because I swear to fucking God, every time I get to know a billionaire more, and they're asked like, oh, do you play any video games? Every single billionaire plays Civilization 6 if they answer the question yes to do you play video games. It's insane. Elon Musk plays Civilization 6, I'm pretty sure. Mark Zuckerberg plays Civilization 6. I guarantee you, if Jeff Bezos plays video games, he plays Civ. I would 100%. I would bet money that Jeff Bezos plays Civs. If I'm wrong, I'll buy 10 shares of Apple, okay? We need to find out. That's it. YouTube comments, find out if Jeff Bezos plays Civilization. And if I'm wrong, I'll buy 10 shares of
Amazon.
Actually, speaking of Mark Zuckerberg, he there was like a hilarious tweet. I'll see if I can get Morbus, the editor, to like put them on screen or something. But there was like this hilarious tweet where this dude was like, oh my God, I had the most chilling interview with Mark Zuckerberg. I asked him, hello, sir, do you consume any media? Which is like the fucking weirdest way to phrase that question ever. And Mark Zuckerberg was like, hey, yeah, I was like, yeah, I like to play Civilization. I like to watch people play Civ. And this dude was like, it was chilling. He said he liked Civilization. Like, what? It was like the weirdest. It was the weirdest tweet. It was the weirdest, like, boomer insanity, you know, cognitive dissonance tweet I've ever seen in my life. It's like, dude, everyone plays Civ, okay? Right, how out of touch are you? It's literally like maybe the most popular game in the world in terms of like strategy game. Like it's like Civilization is the Fortnite. It's the Fortnite of 4X games, right? Everyone plays it. Everyone's tried it. Everyone's had a go. And everyone has their own favorite season or whatever, you know what I mean? Well, maybe not the Fortnite, but I don't know, something equivalent. But yeah, this dude actually found it chilling that Mark Zuckerberg played video games, and not only that, but specifically that he played Civilization. I need some more gold. Hold on, let me pillage here real quick. Am I gonna get a pillage somewhere? No, that's health. Damn it. But yeah, like, I don't know. What is that dude's major malfunction? It's just a game. It's just a video game that people enjoy playing. Oh, but the meme, I think the meme that I really built out of it was that, you know what? I would take Mark Zuckerberg over, like, in my community. He probably watched one of my videos. That's the great thing. I want you guys to appreciate that. Mark Zuckerberg has probably watched one of my videos because he talked about watching Civilization videos on YouTube and Twitch. And there's also a good probability he's watched like the Game Mechanic or someone. That's really fucking cool. And I think it is important. Like, I don't know, you know, you can have your disagreements and your criticisms of Mark Zuckerberg, but at least humanize the dude. The dude plays Civ. Right? He's kind of cool. Like, imagine me loading up a video game, right? Loading up a game of Civ 6 with old Mark the Zuckerberg. And you know, I pick Sumeria and I just fucking doom rush him and he rage quits. It's like, and then like I would if I managed to make Mark Zuckerberg rage quit a multiplayer Civ game, I would 100% put that on my business card for the rest of my life. It's like it would be like PotatoMcWhiskey, YouTuber, and then like right underneath that it would be like made a billionaire rage quit a video game once. It would just be forever. Like, it would be probably be my greatest achievement in my life, which, you know, maybe says something, that I would consider that my greatest achievement. But hey, listen, some of us have done a lot in our lives, and some of us really haven't done a whole much. Much of a lot. Sentences are difficult, okay? Give me a break. Alright, government passed. We managed to get fascism. Migration treaty. -5 loyalty sucks. And yeah, he won that. -5 loyalty sucks because it's going to make my life quite a bit more difficult. We're bombing the old heck out of this city. Should fall. This turn, maybe? Yeah. I'm a pillage. I'm a pillage first, because I want that little bit of gold, because I do have a couple of aircraft I'd like to upgrade. The good news is the Kree are dead, we get +5 air score. The bad news is the Kree are dead, and we get like 100 grievances with every civ in the game. Let's peace out Alexander, because we had planned to do that. Let me just give me your entire economy or whatever you're willing to. He'll take a white peace with cities, grant. Alright, so this is going to be the hardest part. Now, how close am I to finishing Manhattan Project? We're 4 turns away. I think I'll plug in e-commerce here. I want that +5 gold per trade route because my current economy is a little bit weak. We were at -200 gold. Now we're at +88.9. My military continues to expand at a rate that nobody can really keep up with. Now, it really goes to show just how strong Pingala is, because this city is now making like 20 less culture compared to when Pingala was in the city. Right, let's get this step forward, shoot that guy. We'll take the city, yoink. Got a spaceport. Actually, speaking of spaceport, it looks like they've managed to both launch the final 2 missions. I gotta keep her from getting the exoplanet expedition out, or else she's got a chance at actually beating me here. Nice, there's composites, which is brilliant. I lost suzerainty of Nalanda there, and then I retook it, and I got a free tech. They really gotta fix that one. Not that one. That one is literally game breaking. Jesus Christ. Kaboom, kaboom. And then a couple of jet bombers should be able to take the city. We're now able to 2-turn cities. Essentially, it only takes me 2 turns to conquer. I'm gonna need some fresh cavalry units on the front line here, because we're outrunning our army right now and how quickly we can conquer. Right, you need to become a jet bomber. I've got a few jet bombies kind of hanging out. Hang on, where did I put my jet fighter? Can you deploy there? The great thing is you could use jet fighters to just get you so much vision that you can then use like your bombers on and stuff. Like, look at this city just get annihilated by bombers, man. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Use the tank to clear that encampment. Get these guys to heal up. Like, when your army is able to conquer cities this quickly, healing units feels like it takes forever. Man, how does it feel to take 2 cities in a single turn? Well, let me tell you, it feels good, man. Where is his capital? I have to assume his capital is like right here. Nuclear fusion is ours, giving us access to Operation Ivy and the thermonuclear device. We haven't actually finished the Manhattan project yet, have we? Let me see. Man, my empire is so big, it's actually hard to find things. Oh, we actually did! We managed to finish the Manhattan project. So, I'll come in here to my capital, and I will get to work on some nuclear devices. Gior, I don't think you're going to build your campus. I think you're going to do Operation Ivy for me. And I'll probably, now that I have like enough bombers to sustain my military, I'll probably just like produce a couple of nuclear devices across my empire. I'll have to find some other cities that maybe would be good candidates for military weapon production. Like Cusco, for example, could definitely be a place where we build nuclear devices. Next, tech-wise, I believe my best option is to actually go for the giant death robot. But I think we want to pick up rocket artillery first. That'll give +1 movement and +1 range to our current artillery, which would be super useful. And then the giant death robot is just like the most powerful unit in the game. It's going to be super helpful. Finally, we found his capital hiding all the way over here in the fog of war. Let's get the artillery swarm moved up now. Start hammering out that capital. I think I've used up almost all my movement here, but I do have a couple of jet bombers that can assist. Did I misclick there? I think I misclicked there. I meant to click on the capital. Oh well, we'll get it next turn. Maybe I can get enough like horse units, well, cavalry units in range of the city to capture it this turn. It's gonna take a lot of damage. But is it possible? It is possible. Excellent. Now that is the second last capital that we need to capture to win the game. Now we just gotta find Greece's capital somewhere in here. I think it's about time we plugged in colonial taxes for that 25% gold and 10% production boost in cities that aren't on my capital continent. And if we check the continent mode, the entire map is one single continent, so I've actually just wasted my fucking time. Let's hit Caracas. We'll want to take this out because it's going to make my life pushing down into Greece really easily. I'm also going to grab Nazca this turn if I can get a unit in range. Can you hit it this turn? I think you can. Oh, just barely out of range. Bummer. Oh, apparently you get gold for pillaging solar stations as well. Well, don't mind if I do. Just like pop in here and steal like half your currency. It says this is a major victory, what is baffling to me because that unit is basically dead. But I mean, I'll capture the city for free, thanks. And then I'll also capture Ephesus after bombing the hell out of it with my bombers. Oh, okay. Now we need to find... I think I will liberate Nazca actually, just for memes. We'll keep this city though. Loyalty in here is gonna be a bit of a problem. But the good news is we have an incredibly powerful army, and we should be able to take things really, really quick. So I think Caracas is next because that is we don't need any more of these cities to be captured, but it is on the way of where we want to go, which is down south here because we want to basically push in as hard and fast into Gran Colombia's territory as we can. And that is going to involve a lot of artillery bombarding things. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. And is that not enough range? Perhaps if I swing you over here, and then we can grab the city. Yoink! So that's all the cities that we want from Gran Colombia. We can piece them out next turn. And that means we have an easier time pushing down here, because I have no idea where their capital is. I assume it's going to be like here or here, which is amazing deduction skills, because those are literally the only two places that I can't see. If you wanted me to bet, if I was a betting man, I would bet it's like in here somewhere. Oh, I got a cramp in my leg as I stretched. Ah! I'm in pain. Oh, I was just trying to stretch and I cramped my fucking hamstring. I swear to God, I'm like an old man. Hey, let's complete. So this is a really, really cool Great General. So we're going to complete the Golden Gate Bridge instantaneously because he grants production towards wonder construction capped at half your current treasury. So you basically convert half of your current treasury into production. So we can instantaneously, kaboom, finish the Golden Gate Bridge, and it cost me a couple thousand gold. Now that is pretty damn sweet. I mean, the city gets 3 amenities from the Golden Gate Bridge, which is pretty nice, but it's more about the fact that now, when I want to move units between like my continent, I could just go across the Golden Gate Bridge, and I could turn that into a railroad. I could do all sorts of fun stuff. Alright, let's use our furthest away bombers to hit Knossos. Like, one bomber. Look how much damage that does! This is why I love jet bombers, because I've already taken the city. The city is now mine. Yoink. Yeah, thank you very much. Steal the settler and Athens. Wait, where's this capital? I could have sworn I thought this got... Well, okay, I'll reveal my secret. If you have a city in the fog of war and you hover over one of its tiles, it will tell you that it was... it'll tell you the city. It says, like, Plains, owner, Athens. So I, like, hovered over this thinking, oh, I had, like, fucking mega brain. Oh, this is Athens? Clearly the capital of Greece. But no? Oh, Sparta, because it's Gorgo. So I need to find Sparta. Probably in here somewhere. Wait, where the fuck is Sparta? There it is. And you can also search if you know what the name of the person's capital city is and you want to find it and you suspect it's somewhere in the fog of war, you could just search for the city name of their capital, Sparta, and it'll reveal all the tiles. So now I know that their capital is in the fog of war here. Kaboom! I was completely wrong about it being Athens because I'm fucking stupid. But now I can use all of my jet bombs, on Sparta. I might even be able to take it this turn. Can you imagine, guys? I don't know how I do this. I even made this an 8-player game so that I would maybe have time to use nukes. But I am going to win the game before I have ever built my first nuke. Am I just too good at domination? What? Like, why? I just want to use nukes one game. There's no point. Like, do I have to make like a mega huge game or something? Anyway, look, that's it. We won the game. I wanted to use nukes this game, but I'm not going to like gimp myself just so I can use nukes for no reason. Unless it's like a meme game like that Gandhi game that we did one time. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm going to call that the end of the episode. We will check out... let's check out some graphs. Look at these buildings constructed. Oh man, I was so far behind and then... I win. I want to have a look at... There's one I really, really want to see. It's the units killed. Look at that. So much killing happened. But very little happened in the first section of the game. I don't even know how Simon Bolivar killed so much stuff this early into the game. There's like a number of combats. Oh my god. There reaches a point where it's kind of like, I think this was my initial war with the Incas, because you can see here, both of our lines kind of have the same slope, which means we're fighting each other. That's usually what that means. Like, if your slope has the same, if your line has the same slope, it means you're fighting each other. This is about where I killed the Incas. There was a few turns, and then I started war on Genghis Khan, and again you can see our lines take on the same slope. This is where I defeated Genghis Khan, and then that was it. Once you kill 2 people, usually in a Civ 6 game, you snowball and you can just kill everyone. Look at the number of combats per turn. Holy Jesus. Player score. Look at this player. It's like, oh, I'm behind. Zhumph. Away I go, baby. And it's like the same thing. You just snowball so incredibly hard when you're going for a dominate. Once you own all the world, you're done. You win. But yeah, I'm going to call that the end of the episode. I love you all very, very much. It's the end of this series as well. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!